Okay, so you've read the title, and you're probably thinking, yes, of course you can solo this game with a single Mewtwo, but hear me out first. For those of you that don't know, Pokemon Emerald Kaizo is a Pokemon Emerald ROM hack. It's like playing the game on hard mode on steroids. You can't use any items in battle, besides held. All setup moves like Dragon Dance are unavailable to the player, and many teams have been modified. When I was doing research for this video, I saw a lot of monotype challenges with fully evolved Pokemon, but I didn't come across a single solo challenge as of the recording of this video. I'm sure there are some out there, but I couldn't find any. A bit of a backstory. Initially, I wanted to see if a team of the weakest Pokemon could beat this game. Long story short, it did not go well. Even with my team at level 100, I could not for the life of me get past Winona. It probably didn't help that I went into this game completely blind. But that brings us to today's challenge. If a team of the weakest possible Pokemon could beat this game, could the world's strongest Pokemon solo run this game? Today, we're gonna try and answer that question. And the rules for this game are the same as all my other solo runs. No items in battle, which has already been taken care of because this hack won't let me use items in battle. I can only battle with Mewtwo, any HM slaves needed will be knocked out of my party, so on and so forth. Usually I'd say I'm going to try and beat this game without using moves like Double Team or any evasion boosting moves, but I can't even use those, so yeah, no matter what, I cannot use Double Team. Anyways, you've read the title, you know what Mewtwo's all about. Let's jump right into this. Firstly, we're going to use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to change our starter from a Mudkip to a Mewtwo. We're going to use said Mewtwo to save Professor Birch from this wild Zigzagoon. Looking at my attack options, we're starting off with some really powerful moves. Psycho Boost, a base 140 move that lowers our special attack every time we use it, and Shadow Ball. Since Zigzagoon is immune to Shadow Ball, we're going to have to use Psycho Boost to knock it out. It may lower my attack stat, but oh! Apparently it doesn't lower our attack. We just take recoil damage. So it's like a Psychic type double edge. Kaizo! You've got some updating to do! With the Zigzagoon taken care of, Professor Birch says we should go meet his son who is out doing research for him. He challenges us to a battle, and his Trico goes down to a couple of Shadow Balls. With that out of the way, we can now begin our journey proper. We can't avoid any trainers even if we wanted to, but that's okay, because we're going to need all the levels we can get. So imagine my surprise when we wipe to the first trainer battle. The issue is, Poochyena, who resists Shadow Ball and is immune to Psycho Boost, due to our unfortunate typing, takes us out. We're going to have to do a bit of grinding to get past this first trainer. There's a sentence I never thought I'd have to say. We grind up to level 9, where we can finally take out this first trainer. Thankfully, none of the other trainers on this route are harder than this one. After watching Wally catch his first Pokemon, we continue on to Petalburg Woods, where we have our first Team Magma encounter. Thanks to the trainers we've beaten along the way, our level is high enough now where we don't have to worry about this Grunt's Houndour. Before heading to Rustboro, Red wants to challenge us to a battle. Yes, that Red. Things are going well, until Squirtle puts us to sleep with Yawn. In this game, Yawn is boosted to put us to sleep on the turn it's used, not the turn after like we're used to. We stay asleep for an uncomfortably long time as Squirtle starts gnawing away at our health bar. It's getting close, but we'll wake up and take it out before it's too late. The rest of Red's team goes down easy. Now we can face Roxanne to try for her first badge. And here it plays out like I thought it would. Our level is high enough now where we can one-shot her entire team with Psycho Boost, or Shadow Ball in the case of Lunatone. But this is how I expected the challenge to go. Seeing Mewtwo breeze through the early game, but struggling towards the end game. What do you think that? Well, you'll have to wait to find out. But to make sure this video doesn't go for several hours, we're going to mainly focus on the major battles. After saving this old man's orange Pico tea, we land in Dewford to give the letter to Steven. And this is where we run into one of my least favorite things about Pokemon games. Puzzles! I don't know about the rest of you, but I've always hated puzzles in Pokemon games. And they cranked the difficulty in these puzzles in Kaizo as well. Honestly, I just used a walkthrough to get past this. With the letter delivered, we're off to the gym to face Brawly. Here, it's a simple battle. We sweep his entire team with Psycho Boost. I nearly had a heart attack seeing our HP go down towards the end, but we just managed to hang on and grab our second badge. It's clear we won't be able to rely on Psycho Boost forever as the Pokemon get stronger and have more HP, thus raising the amount of recoil damage we will receive. But for now, we're fine. After landing in Slateport, we kick Team Aqua out of the museum and run to our rival on the route above. This battle was going well, until Crocodile paralyzes us with Body Slam. We're now slower than our rival's team, and we're losing a lot of turns to paralysis. It comes right down to the wire, but we just managed to squeeze out a victory. Before challenging Watson, Wally wants to take a go at us. We one-shot his over-leveled Waltz and walk in. That's when something weird happened when I was battling one of the trainers in the gym. This particular trainer challenged us to a double battle, but I only have a Mewtwo in my party. But he still sends out 2 Pokemon, and I send out 2 Mewtwo's. What? Even stranger, when one of my Mewtwo's gets knocked out, it's a wipe for us. I'm guessing the game doesn't know what to do when you go into a planned double battle of one Pokemon. Kaizo's gonna have to update that. I'm not sure what to make of this. To make sure, I talked to an NPC who will not challenge us unless we had 2 Pokemon in our party. So some of the optional double battles we need to have 2 Pokemon. But this trainer will challenge us to a double battle even if we only have 1. Does this mean we failed a solo run? I don't know. It's not my fault I only have 1 Pokemon. What do you expect me to do? Catch more? Oh, you're funny. Thankfully, the Battle of Watson is a single battle. And much like our Battle of Brawly, we sweep his entire team with Psycho Boost, with just a shred of HP remaining. On the upside, we learn Brick Break during this battle, a move that will definitely come in handy later. En route to Fall Harbor, Red tries to jump scare us again, but this time, we have the level advantage and easily brush them to the side. Then, we've got our first encounter of Maxie. Also, we got our first encounter with a legendary Pokemon in Regis Steel. No matter what move we use, Regis Steel is a 2-hit KO at our current level, and once it takes our first attack, it will always answer back with Thunder Wave. And I'm fairly sure they buffed the paralysis rate in this game. It's not uncommon for me to lose 2 or even 3 turns in a row consistently to paralysis. Between the loss of turns and being slower than Maxie's team now, the battle does take us a few attempts, but we do eventually get the job done with all-reliable Psycho Boost. With Max out of the way, we can now challenge Flannery, and this battle was an easy one yet again. Even with the gym gimmick to have harsh sunlight, we easily get our 4th badge. With 4 badges in hand, we can finally challenge Daddy Norman, and okay, so it's another double battle, but this time, instead of seeing double, we have this question mark target thing. When I click the attack option, it says blank is out of moves, and will just stand there for the remainder of the battle. It doesn't even struggle, so looks like Mewtwo's going solo this time. The plan here is to take advantage of Slaking's Truant ability, knocking out the rest of Norman's team and leaving Slaking till the end. However, this is a lot easier said than done. His Kangaskhan, who he will always send out third, knows Fake Out, and his Tauros has the Intimidate ability, cutting our attack and weakening Brick Break. Lastly, his Snorlax has the Curse Lax strategy. He'll use Curse to bulk up its attack and defense, and rest off any damage it may take. Then it can knock us out with Snore. After a few attempts, I noticed Snorlax will always go for Curse first. Plus Psychic, the move I replaced Psycho Boost for, does more damage than Brick Break, probably due to our cut attack. 2 Psychics later, and we obtain badge number 5. Off to the Weather Institute, where we kick Team Aqua out fairly easily, and our rival challenged us to another battle. This time, we beat him with most of our HP intact. Next up is Winona, who, spoilers, has a hold of all 3 legendary birds. It's another double battle, and our old friend Target is back. Leading with Zapdos and Aerodactyl, I decided to take out Zapdos first, who goes down to a single Psychic. When I see how much damage Earthquake does to us, I decided to keep Aerodactyl around due to the lack of damage output. The only thing I was worried about was a potential Ancient Power boost. If it even gets one boost, we're gonna have to take it out right away. Thankfully, that doesn't happen, and we beat Winona on our first try. So a single Mewtwo achieved what my team of weaklings could not. Good on you. After grabbing the Magma Emblem on Mount Pyre, we storm into their hideout, facing a seemingly endless wave of trainers until we finally make our way to Maxie. At this point, we are now level 100. Maxie leads with Tyranitar, who has the Intimidate ability, for some reason. Thankfully, it still goes down to a single quad weak Brick Break. And honestly, Maxie isn't that much of a challenge. Even with him getting the double Intimidate off of Arcanine taking the rear, we're still able to beat him on our first attempt. After witnessing Team Aqua steal the submarine, we head to Moss Deep to face Tate and Liza. As per usual, they will not battle you unless you have 2 active Pokemon in your party, so I bring one of my HM slaves with me to eat a hit. On my first few attempts, I try setting up Reflect to lessen the damage from Ghost-type moves like Shadow Ball. However, Latios and Latias both attack on the special side. Latios will always go down to a single Shadow Ball, while Latias will live it. Most of the time. There's like a 10% chance I might one-shot it, but usually it lives it. After a few fruitless attempts, I change gears and go for an all-out assault. I keep soft resetting until I get a run where Latias goes down to a single Shadow Ball. I also taught Mewtwo Fire Blast to get past Jirachi. It still takes quite a few attempts, but we eventually beat the Troublesome Twins and grab our 7th badge. After that, we head over to the space station to team up with Steven to have one more go at Team Magma. Does anyone else find it weird that you have to face Maxie 3 times, but you only battle Archie once? Anyways, Steven and I easily take out Maxie and his lackey. Getting back to Team Aqua, we get through their maze of a hideout and face Archie. It's another double battle, so our old friend Target is back with us again. Here, I switch out Reflect for Light Screen to tank a few rain-boosted Hydro Pumps. While I set up Light Screens, Raikou and Suicune both set up Calm Minds. I wish I had set up moves right about now. I decided to take Raikou out first due to it having a higher attack stat, but by the time we get to Suicune, it's so bulky that all of our attacks bounce off of it, and now hits like a semi-truck. Her first attempt is a failure. On my next attempt, I take out Suicune first. Then I take out Kingdra because it knows Yawn. After that, we crit Raikou, and the rest of Archie's team falls easy after that. Kyogre is awakened, I assume for all the noise we made during our battle, and goes out to battle Groudon. So we go and wake up Rayquaza, and put those 2 back to bed. Now we can go for our last badge, and it looks like it's going to be against Wallace. Huh. Wallace's team is fairly bulky, and the level gap is growing ever closer. Now, I'm going to need some luck from RNG. I need to get crits at certain points, and I need attacks to miss us whenever possible. This battle does take me a few attempts, but we eventually defeat Wallace and grab our bat. Fuck! As I was saying, Juan is the last gym leader we gotta face. It's another double battle, so hold on. Okay, it's still knocked out. And now it's gone. What is up with this game? Anyway, this has been the most difficult battle so far. Juan's team is similar to Wallace's, and is just as bulky. We need to have a light screen up or we're not going to be able to get past his first 2 Pokemon. Even at that, we're still at risk getting our accuracy lowered by Octazooka. However, with our current moveset, I can only seem to get past his first 3 or 4 Pokemon. Things need to start playing our way here. I need Hydro Pump to miss us a couple of times. I can't have our accuracy lowered, and need critical hits at certain moments. But even with all that, We just simply don't have the bulk to be taking all of his attacks. And I don't want to risk using my last citrus berry at the moment. So I went back to Fall Harbor to talk to the move reminder. I tried giving Mewtwo Psycho Boost first. And while that move can one-shot Lapras, we simply just don't have enough HP to take attacks from the rest of his team. And then I tried Brick Break, but Lapras can take that move despite being weak to it. I was about to throw in the towel, but when I saw Lantern, I remembered one more TM I had in my bag that we could try. Earthquake. It's spread damage, and since I have no teammate, I can go nuts. Even with Earthquake, I still need some certain things to happen. I can't have my accuracy lowered. I need Hydro Pump from Lapras to miss me while I set up Light Screen. And if a crit happens, we just won't have the HP to tank all these attacks. Earthquake won't one-shot most of his Pokemon, but it seems to be the best shot we have at the moment. We have the potential to knock out 2 Pokemon in one turn. After many attempts, we eventually get the luck we need to finally beat Juan and grab our 8th badge. Not gonna lie, if any of the Elite Four challenges us to a double battle, that could be a run killer. We barely survived this one. In Victory Road, Wally challenges us again. The only issue here was his Blissey, who got a buff in defense. It takes a few attempts, but we eventually take his wall down. Then Red challenges us again, who comes at us with a freaking Ho-Oh! And that wasn't bad enough. His Lapras knows Mega Horn. A crit from that will one-shot us. We need the start of this battle to go a certain way for us to have any chance of getting past Red. We need to crit Ho-Oh. We need Mega Horn to miss us at least once. We also need to predict a counter and go for a special move on Snorlax. After that, we have to cross our fingers and pray that Snorlax goes for rest after that. Then, we can take out Snorlax without worries. But even after Snorlax, we're still gonna have a rough time. His Mew can hit us hard with Signal Beam, and Celebi goes for the Giga Drain Leftovers combo. If we take too much damage from them, we'll go down to an extreme speed from Dragonite. I need either a crit on Mew or Celebi to make sure I have the HP I need to take an attack from Dragonite. It takes a long time, but we eventually get the run we need to have enough HP to take an attack from Dragonite and finish it off. I won't go over every battle in Victory Road, but they were all difficult. After Winona, I have gone to this challenge completely blind. It was here where I came to a realization. All the trainers here have Pokemon whose levels range from 80s to 90s. I'm almost certain at this point that the Elite Four and Champion will have Pokemon at level 100. A quick Google search confirmed my suspicions. After looking at what we're up against, I don't think we're ready for this quite yet. So I decided to travel across Hoenn, searching far and wide for every item that could give us a fighting chance at this. Remember, once we decide to challenge the Elite Four, we gotta fight them one after another. We can't leave to get more supplies once we decide we're ready. After picking up every item I think we'll need, including the ones that we can only get by catching wild Pokemon, I take a deep breath and march in. Here goes nothing. Our first trainer is Sydney, who leaves with Sableye. Right away, we're in trouble. Sableye has no weaknesses and can even survive a crit from our attacks. Even worse, it can two-shot us with a combo of Shadow Ball and Shadow Sneak. We need to have a Reflect up if we're going to have any chance of getting past this. Along with Reflect, I teach Mewtwo Fire Blast and give it a Charcoal to boost its power a bit. With Charcoal, we have a chance to 2-hit KO Sableye if both attacks are high roll. We can't rely on Burn either because all of his Pokemon are holding a Lumberry. Once we get past Sableye, we can easily one-shot his Machamp and Jolteon. Then we have Tauros, who has the Intimidate ability. Even worse, he can take us out with Double Edge. Not only do we need to crit Tauros, we also need to get a crit on his Houndoom as well, who also has the Intimidate ability. It takes a long time, but we eventually get 2 crits in a row. On the plus side, we do not need to crit his last Pokemon, Alakazam. If we can take a hit from it, we can take out Alakazam with a couple of Fire Blasts. First battle complete. Second up is Phoebe. Gengar goes down to a single Psychic. Dusclops is where things get interesting. Sometimes it'll spam Shadow Ball, other times it'll spam Double Team. If it does the former, we're in trouble. If it does the latter, we can take it out in 3 attacks, assuming it doesn't rest off the damage and Shadow Ball doesn't miss. Then there's Sableye, who can take a crit Shadow Ball, but this Sableye doesn't know Shadow Sneak, and much like Dusclops, sometimes it'll attack, other times it'll just spam Double Team. If we set up a Reflect, it might destroy it with Brick Break, and if its health gets too low, it'll rest off the damage. It's a pain, but with some lucky defense drops, we eventually take it out. The rest of our team is easy enough, assuming we have enough HP. Ludicolo will go down to 2 Fire Blasts, Crobat will go down to a single Psychic, and Gardevoir will also go down to 2 attacks. But it'll always go for Thunder Wave. As long as we don't lose a turn, we're good. Now it's Glacier's turn, and it's raining indoors again. Hallelujah! But of course that means Fire Blast's power is going to be weakened. In fact, it's usually better to go for Psychic in most cases. I even give Mewtwo the Spoon to raise its Psychic power. Glalie will go down to 2 attacks. We just gotta hope instead of attacking, he'll set up spikes, because we're gonna need all the health we can get for Regice. It's tanky, and thanks to the rain, the one attack we have that can hit it hard is weakened. And even if we had Brick Break, our attack was cut from Intimidate earlier. Obviously a crit would bypass that, but still. We need a crit from Fire Blast to have any chance of getting past it. Crit will bypass the effects of rain and hit it super hard. But to my surprise, a crit will not one-shot it, but it does bring it into KO range. Next out is Dewgong, who will go down to 2 attacks. But her next Pokemon, Wailord, is another story. It's tanky, and even a crit Psychic will deal about 2/3 damage. Then it'll hit Water Spout on us, one-shotting us from over 200 HP. Now I know what you're thinking. What if you set up Light Screen? And yeah, I could, but then I'll change gears and use Hyper Voice on its next turn. And even if I dual screen it, he'll take me on my 3rd turn with the little HP we have left. And no matter what, it's going to take at least 2 attacks to take out Wailord. I have very little to no chance of getting the Wailord at full health. Regice will always go for Ice Beam first, doing some damage. As for electric type attacks, the only one I have right now is Shockwave, which deals about the same damage as Psychic. I can't get Thunderbolt until post-game in this ROM hack, and it's the same story with Thunder. I can't even use items in battle even if I wanted to. If I had a more powerful electric type attack, I might be able to get past Wailord, but as of right now, I can't think of any way to get past it. It doesn't help that they also got rid of setup moves. I can't even obtain Double Team. I'm not sure what my IVs are, and since I can't use Vitamin to raise my EVs, I'm assuming EV training is a no-go. Maybe my IVs were a bit better, or if I had a nature that benefited from raising my attack, I could have gotten past it. So, let's bend the rules a little bit and give that a try. I raised Mewtwo's IVs to the max and changed its nature so it got a boosted attack while lowering its special defense. With this new nature, we can now one-shot Regice with a crit Brick Break. But now we're slower than Dewgong. In this ROM hack, they decided to give Dewgong the Swift Swim ability, making it faster than us. It wasn't before because my last nature actually benefited my speed stat, so we were faster than it. But now, that is not the case, even at max IVs, and it will always attack us with a Ray boosted Surf. So again, even if we crit Dewgong, there's no way for us to get to Wailord at full health. So, no. Not even the world's strongest Pokemon can solo run Emerald Kaizo. There's a line I didn't think I'd be saying by the end of this. I am completely out of ideas of how I can get past Glacia. But if there's something I might have missed, please let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. But as for now, that's as far as I'm going to get today. Thank you all so much for watching till the end. And I will see you all fairly soon. I need a drink. Bye-bye.